This is an assault on not just Ken, but all men.
Barbie was a huge success, but some people didn't like it at all. Ben Shapiro says Barbie is anti-men. Others, like this TikTok, think the movie is actually anti-women.
But instead apologizes. You do not have a feminist movie.
So Ben Shapiro's side says Barbie hates men, and the other side thinks Barbie didn't go far enough. And to both sides I say, you're mostly wrong. It doesn't really make sense to call Barbie anti-men. The movie is critical of specific masculine traits, but every individual man in the movie is likable, relatable, and mostly good. You have all of the Kens, and Alan, and Will Ferrell. That's basically it. All of them are flawed, but they're also really easy to like, and that's not a mistake. Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach made Ken goofy and non-threatening on purpose, because they're trying to show that even a guy like that becomes bad in a patriarchal society. By the end of the movie, all of the Kens become individualistic and emotionally healthy, which doesn't sound very anti-men to me. By making all of the guys likable, the movie is explicitly making society the problem, not blaming individual men. But it's fair to say that Barbie doesn't do a great job capturing what it's like to be a man. Some people might think, yeah, it's a Barbie movie. It's not made for men. But I don't think that's true. The movie spends so much time on Ken's journey and arc that they were clearly making the movie partially for men. And as a man, they spent almost no time on what it's like in the patriarchy. They touch on it a little, but toxic masculinity is bad for men too. And not because we need a woman to have an identity, which is Ken's problem. The world is as complicated for men as it is for women, and Barbie doesn't do much to understand that. At the same time, Barbie is clearly not anti-women. It seems obvious to most of us, but a small portion of people thought Barbie was too surface level about its politics. To those people I say, what more did you want?
Are you not entertained?
If the answer is that they should have made Ken the bad guy and implied that it's all his fault for messing up Barbie Land, you're missing the point. The movie is trying to say that people are a product of what they're taught, which is impossible to argue with. If they had made Ken the bad guy, then the movie would just have been men bad, women good, which would be shallow and not true. Barbie's story and dialogue are more rooted in feminism than almost any other blockbuster, so it seems weird to say it didn't go far enough. But it's fair to say that Barbie's shallow. Most of the social commentary is based on double standards and unreasonable expectations of women. Those things are important to understand, but considering how many billions of women are living without access to basic rights, it does feel kinda shallow to focus completely on the plight of women in rich countries. More importantly, the movie makes most of the Barbies one-dimensional. They have barely any flaws. It doesn't feel like a meaningful representation of women to ignore toxic feminine traits. At the end of the movie, the Barbies apologize to Weird Barbie for judging her appearance, but that's the only time when both sides of the experience are shown. It's not feminist to say that women are basically perfect except for tiny little mistakes. It's feminist to say that women are flawed like men and are capable of amazing things like men, not just the second half. So Barbie isn't really anti-men or anti-women, but it is kind of shallow for both the Kens and the Barbies. What I'm wondering is, why is this all anyone talked about? It seems like some people only think about politics when they're watching a movie. The politics matter a lot, but it's a weird thing to focus on completely. If you're looking for the most nuanced and developed takes from movies, you're looking in the wrong place, because that's not what movies are best for. Roger Ebert has an amazing quote about this. The printed word is ideal for ideas. Film is made for images, and images are best when they are free to evoke many associations and are not linked to narrowly defined purposes. It sounds cliche, but if you're looking for developed political takes, a book is going to be better than a movie. Movies make you feel something and think about your own life, and they bring up memories and make you miss somebody and make you laugh. It's not a thesis paper. It doesn't have to have a strong argument about the world. It just so happens that Barbie's argument isn't great, and that's a flaw. But it's okay. I wish people were talking about how incredible Barbie looks. The sets they built for Barbie Land are the coolest things I've seen in forever. The wardrobe on the Barbies and Kens was as cool as anyone could have expected. Margot Robbie is perfect as Barbie, and Ryan Gosling is perfect as everything, including Ken. Will Ferrell was also the best person they could have casted as the Mattel CEO. A bunch of things about Barbie are unique and memorable. Politics just isn't one of those things. I think that makes it a pretty great movie anyway. Let me know what you thought about Barbie in the comments, and if you like this video, make sure to subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. I'll see you soon.